Good morning. You've just caught me trying to put this insert into this cushion cover. It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely, lots of colours. I didn't do it. I can't crochet. Ask Nicola. Nicola had a go trying to teach me when we had one of those not away days at Western, but it just didn't go in. Just doesn't go in. So my daughter-in-law's mum made this, Jackie. She's a clever lady. So we've got all these lovely colours. So what do these two colours remind you of? Well, my dad was a craftsman bricklayer. So this one actually reminds me of cement. And this one reminds me of bricks. Well, where am I going with this, you might ask? Well, you see, it reminds me of a young man called Nehemiah. Nehemiah was a cupbearer to the king. Dangerous job. Oh, yeah, it was dangerous. Yeah, I can hear you say, what's dangerous about carrying a cup? Yeah. Well, this was no ordinary cup. No. The thing was, the king had lots of enemies and everybody wanted to kick him off his throne. But, so with the cupbearer, he had to have a sip of the wine, right? And as long as he didn't fall down dead, the wine was okay to drink. So it was a bit dangerous. You never knew what the wine was going to be like. Anyway, this day, the king could see that Nehemiah was not his usual cheerful self. And he goes, "Hey up, lad, what's up?" Oh, I've gone all northern. Well, hey up, lad, he said, "What's up? What, you're looking down in dumps." So Nehemiah said, well, he said, "I am." He said, "My brother came and stayed, a couple of mates, and they were telling me about Jerusalem and how the walls are still broken, and God, it broke my heart," he said. "I've got ancestors going way back into, in Jerusalem." So the king said, "Well, what do you want to do about that then?" Well, Nehemiah said, "What I'd really like to do is just go and have a look for myself." So the king, okay. Well, he said, you're due a bit of leave, he said. So look, go and have a look for yourself and settle yourself, he said. He said, "I tell you what," he said, "you're going to be going through some dodgy old land. I'll give you some letters so keep you safe. I'll give you an escort as well," he said. Okay, so off he trots, packs his bag, and away he goes. Oh, when he saw Jerusalem, oh, heartbroken again. Anyway, for the first couple of days, he just, just mooched about Jerusalem, just got a feel of the place. That's what you do, isn't it? When you go on holiday, what's the first thing you do? You dump your cases and you go for a walk to get a feel of the place. Of course you do. Well, on the third night, he thought he'd go round the walls. Well, he couldn't get all the way round because of the rubble. He couldn't get over it. So the next day, he goes to the council offices and he says, "The walls are broken." "I know," they said. "They're not getting built," he said. "I know," they said. "What are you going to do about it?" Well, they didn't know about that. So he said, "Well, look," he said, "I've got a plan." So he told them the plan, and the next day they told the people. And the idea was that everybody down the bottom of their garden, if the wall was broken down, they would build it up. So everybody would be building their own little bit. Good plan. Got the people motivated. So the next day, they all tropped down to B&Q. Ben and quizzes, yeah. Why do they call him quizzes? Well, he was always asking questions. Well, the next day, you could not hear yourself speak. There was banging and sawing and whistling. Whistling, yeah, well, that's what builders do, don't they? They have this whistle. No tune, just a whistle. Well, the walls were beginning to get built. Didn't please everybody, though. No, it didn't. You see, the people on the outside, the villages and towns, they got a bit used to wandering in and out of Jerusalem as they please. And it made them feel good to see all the walls still broken down. So they weren't happy. And then, of course, the rumours started. The rumours of an attack. All right, so Nehemiah trots off to the council offices again. He said, "I've got a plan." And he told them the plan. And the plan was, Mr. Brown he's going to do the building at the bottom of the garden. He's going to do the building. Young Master Brown, he's going to stand sentry, so that if an attack came, he'd see it. And Mrs. Brown, well, she'd supply them with tea and coffee. Well then, the attack never came, and the wall got built. Now here's a question for you. How long do you think it took to build the walls? Now these walls have been down 150 years. What do you think? 3 years? 2 years at a pinch? 52 days. Yeah, 52 days. Can you imagine? Oh, that's what happens when you get people motivated. Right. So next day, Ezra, well, he's the prophet of the time, Ezra, because this wall, you see, was wide. You could walk on top of it. So Ezra said, right, I'm going to walk this way, and Nehemiah, you can walk that way. Did I tell you they'd made him governor? Yeah, Nehemiah, governor. Anyway, that's what, not on their own. No, sirree, not on their own. There was a choir, not just one person, a choir. Can't have a choir without any instruments, so there was instruments. And they were marching on the top of the wall, which was really good, because the people outside the walls could hear and see. The walls had got built and people were rejoicing. And the next day, Ezra, he gets up on his platform, and the people, they came into the square, and they stood and they listened while Ezra read the scriptures. And then he said, go on, off you go. Go and have a party, because you've done really well. And that's what they did. Now then, I expect you're thinking that Nehemiah was a clever old chap. Well, he was, but he wasn't on his own, was he? He had God on his side. You know, he prayed before he went to the king. He prayed afterwards. Every step of the way, he prayed to God, and God directed him to what he should be doing. Every step of the way. Well, of course, this, reminds me of our new build up the road. Yeah, that's been built. And a lot of people didn't think it would, you know. A lot of people were, oh, I don't know if that's going to get built. But it is. And there it is for all to see. And you know, on that day, we're going to open those gates. And we're going to walk up that path. And we're going to fling wide those doors. And we're going to say, come on, welcome, come on in. Find the security, find the peace that knowing Jesus brings. Come on in and meet your best friend called Jesus. Yes, yes. Oh, what a day that's going to be. No walking on top of the roofs though. No, indeed. But what a celebration we'll have somewhere in the future. Oh, gosh. Oh, look at the time. I'm going to make a cup of coffee. Do you want one? I'll go and put the kettle on.